still got maybe one or two of the whole bottles to sit down.
I couldn't remember if it was this. Hey, I'm Adam.
I'm Bryan.
Back with another episode of Buds and Suds. Well, we just finished the 2019 Abyss, and so now this was the only different barrel variant that I saw at the local, mass marketed liquor store, beer store. So this is port barrel aged. So this is the same base, with the blackstrap molasses, licorice, with dry spice, with cherry bark and vanilla beans. But this is 100% aged in port barrels. So whereas the regular was 50% aged in bourbon barrels, wine barrels, and fresh oak, this is the 50% non-barrel aged in the regular. This is 100% port barrel. We like that kind of flavor that port gets. We talk about that, the red wine type flavor, the dark fruits. So we're looking forward to this. Just got finished here and checked out our regular Abyss. That video was right before this. Yeah. So this is Deschutes out of Bend, Oregon, 11.3%, so 0.1% more. So watch yourself. Wow. Watch yourself.
I'll sip.
Yeah, and it's just as dark. Same color, nice tan head, quarter finger, and it's holding the glass pretty well. Let's get the aroma.
Well, I feel like I do get a little bit of...
I do as well.
Almost a wine smell to it.
Definitely has that same base. Huge roasted malt, char, cacao, bittersweet chocolate, but there is a hint of fruitiness. Just a hint. Yeah, just a hint. Hopefully,
just a hint. All right.
We'll see what it's like on the flavor. Cheers. Yeah,
it cuts it pretty decent. I think.
I like that better.
I like it better too.
You definitely. So we were talking about some of our criticisms of the base beer. Just a lot of the bitter roast, bittersweet chocolate that kind of you didn't get much else. This I get hit with a fruitiness right off.
I do too, and then I get
it's definitely still there.
Not nearly as much, but it's definitely there. It's a more pleasant beer.
So the front of the tongue is so much more enjoyable for me. This kind of dark cherry, grapes, red wine, raisin a little bit, and it's a little sweeter. And then it goes into that bitter roasted chocolate, bittersweet chocolate, roasted malts, cocoa powder, those flavors that were in the base beer. And that's actually what lingers on my tongue. It's kind of in the middle and back of my tongue. Those are the flavors that linger. I was getting those sweet notes and fruity notes kind of on the first part of the sip that I actually enjoyed more than I did, just the
I would agree. I think that the port barrel adds to it, but it doesn't add as much as I'd hoped. I'd hoped it would cut it more, add more fruit, sweet, flavors to it. It's still good, but it's not. It could have been great. But it would probably take a lot of wine barrels to cut that much roast. But it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I guess it's a 1/10 of a point better for me, 4.2. I don't know. Maybe the base was 4 and this is a 4.1. I don't know. It's kind of in that range.
We can bring it in and compare it side by side.
Yeah. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Or did you give your rating for this?
I think I'm going to give.
Same?
Well, I think I'm going to probably give this a 4.25 and have to cut the other one a little bit because this is more of kind of what I expected to begin with. But
get a swig of water real quick.
Yeah. All right. Get my water too. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get just like aroma differences. Yeah. I mean, I almost get more vanilla in the base.
Yeah, I think so. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, going back and forth. There's definitely this kind of cherry, this hint of fruit in the port that the other one obviously doesn't have, but it almost makes the vanilla pop a little bit more, I think, as far as the aromas go.
I would agree.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, it's just an aggressive beer. It's aggressive. It's just something like I mean, I haven't bought one of these in forever, and I think that's why. And maybe it'll mellow out with time. I think I still got some in the cellar, so maybe I'll open one up, see what it's like. But
I was kind of honestly thinking that it tasted that aggressive to me only because it was the first beer of the night. I haven't had anything to drink in a couple days, but it hadn't calmed down at all. I've got to knock it. So it's like a 4+ for me now. But to me, the port is a solid 4.25. It's a Significantly better beer.
Going back and forth, that pour, that cherry, that fruitiness, that dark fruitiness, it definitely cuts down the flavors I don't like. It makes it a more enjoyable beer. I'm gonna stick with a 4.2 on the port, the Port Abyss Reserve 2019, and go with stick with my 4.1 on this one. But this could even be lower for me. Maybe it's like a 4. I don't know. I know it's a good beer, and Russian Imperial Stouts can be bitter. It's just I don't dig that flavor, man. I don't.
We love our sweet stouts.
I do, and I hate to give it much lower because I think it's what it's going for. You know, it's not an off flavor or anything. And man, I'm just so spoiled on these sweet stouts. So I hate to go lower than like that 4 range, but it's just not something I go for.
But you can appreciate a good Russian Imperial Stout, like that Serpent Stout.
Yeah. That was nowhere near as bitter as this.
But to me, that was a much better beer than this. That's personal preference, but that wasn't because that one was sweet. I mean, it had some bitterness. This one's just overpowering. It kind of takes away some of the other flavors, which is why I think we like it less.
This is one of those beers where if it was on tap somewhere and they didn't have much else, I probably wouldn't get it. I'd probably just get a water, you know?
I might not.
Most things I could say, like, well, if they've got, you know, just a bunch of macro lagers and that, I'll get that, you know? But in this case, I think I just get water.
Yeah, it's not as...
It's just not something I go for. My rating is only because I think it's a good beer. It's just not what I'm going for.
I would agree.
But the port barrel, that's another story. It's much more palatable.
It's a pleasant beer.
Yeah, even more now, back and forth, trying to see if that roast comes. And it's not, you know, I'm getting accustomed to that back. This I could sit and drink on. So this would be one of those beers where I'm like, yeah, give me the port, Deschutes, you know. This, not some of the regular. So stick with the 4.2, 4.0. I'm gonna go 4 for that, 4.0.
Dropping down to a 4. Yeah, I kind of thought I'd overrated it at first just because it was the first beer, and I thought maybe it's because just.
Well, typically we do that. Typically, we're like, oh, it's not as bad as like the bitterness is kind of calmed down, like with the Serpent Stout. It never still has it.
So I got to stick with a 4. Yeah. But I'm getting a little extra flavor on the port.
I am too.
A musty flavor.
Oh, okay.
Are you getting
like
that?
A musty, like a bad musty? Really?
Not an off flavor, as in it's just. You know, some grapes have kind of a musty, moldy flavor just because, and that's just the style of grape. I'm getting a little bit of that from this. I don't think it's an off flavor. I think it's probably just from the barrel. I just didn't know.
Could be a combo. Now your palate kind of settling with the port and that big bitterness that we were. I don't know.
Could be.
Or the adjuncts. I don't know, but. I don't know that I would say musty. I'm not arguing with you, but for me, it's kind of this cherry grape thing. And
tell us what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys have these, tell us what you think. Obviously, widely distributed. So, anything else?
No.
As always, guys, if you can beer you love the beer you have. Thanks.